Official Crisis Log, Colonel Vincent Lattimore. This is Colonel Vincent Lattimore, Senior Watch Officer, North American Aerospace Defense Command. Cheyenne Mountain Complex, Colorado. October 26, 2025. Time stamp, 1812 hours Mountain Time. Recording required per Strategic Command Protocols. Crisis Level Alpha. This is not a drill. I'm stating that clearly. For the record. For whoever finds this recording. This is not a drill. This is not a test. This is real. SPATIC confirms multiple launches detected. Space Detection and Tracking System. DSP satellites. Infrared signatures confirmed. I'm reading the data off my screen right now. Launch points consistent with Russian SS-18 Satan configurations. Submarine-launched ballistic missiles. SLBM patterns identified from Arctic positions. I've been Senior Watch Officer here for 6 years. Career Air Force, 28 years total. I've run this scenario 1,000 times. Training exercises. Readiness drills. Tabletop simulations. Every 6 months we practice this exact sequence. Detection. Verification. Authentication. Coordination. Never thought I'd do it for real. The authentication codes came through at 1808 hours. 4 minutes ago, I ran verification 3 times. Command authentication valid. Threat assessment protocols activated. This is confirmed. This is actually happening. Inbound object count. That's what I need to document. The number. 1400. I'm saying that number out loud because it doesn't feel real. 1400 inbound objects. The display screen can only render 999 individual track lines. After that it just shows solid red. Like someone spilled paint across the northern hemisphere. Everything above 45 degrees north latitude is red. Solid red. My console is screaming. Alarm tones I've heard in drills, but never. Never for real. The sound is the same, but it's different. It's real. It means something now. I need to focus. Document the essential data. That's my job. That's what I'm trained for. Primary targets identified. Washington, D.C., New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Chicago, Houston, Strategic Command in Nebraska, Peterson Air Force Base here in Colorado Springs, and this facility, Cheyenne Mountain. That's us. We're targeted. The trajectory calculations show. Let me read this exactly. Quote, primary strike Cheyenne Mountain Complex, estimated yield 800 kilotons, ground burst configuration to maximize hardened target destruction, impact time 1830 hours, 18 minutes from detection, end quote. 18 minutes. 17 now. I'm the Senior Watch Officer. That means I coordinate Allied warning systems. I update Strategic Command. I manage the communication networks between here and Peterson, between here and Washington if Washington's still. If they're still able to receive. I'm the node. The center point. Without proper coordination here, the response fails. Shelters don't get proper guidance. Allied networks don't synchronize. People die who shouldn't. That's why I'm here. That's why I can't leave this post. My daughter Iris. Lieutenant Iris Lattimore. She's at the Air Force Academy, Colorado Springs, 12.4 miles from this facility. I know the exact distance. I've calculated it before. Training scenarios. Blast radius projections. I know every number. Iris called me this morning at 06:47. 7 hours ago. Normal day. Normal morning. She said, Dad, can you get duty relief for my commissioning tomorrow? Just 2 hours. I know it's last minute, but I want you there when they swear me in. I checked the duty roster. No relief available. Crisis readiness level elevated for the past 72 hours. Nothing specific. Just elevated posture. Tensions with Russia over the Black Sea incident. Standard precautionary stance. I told her I couldn't make it. Duty rotation locked. I'm sorry. Long pause on the phone. I could hear her breathing. Deciding whether to be disappointed or understanding. She chose understanding. She always chooses understanding. I understand. Duty first. That's what you taught me. That's what I taught her. Duty first. Those were the last words my daughter spoke to me. I understand. Duty first. The Academy. Arnold Hall. That's where graduation rehearsal is happening right now. I know the schedule. I helped her memorize it last week. 1,800 hours, full dress rehearsal. The entire class. 4,000 cadets. In Arnold Hall Auditorium. At 12.4 miles from an 800 kiloton ground burst, the thermal radiation radius causes third-degree burns. 18-mile radius for thermal effects. She's well within that. The blast overpressure at 12.4 miles is approximately 3.2 pounds per square inch. Frame buildings collapse. 50% casualty rate in structures not specifically hardened. Arnold Hall basement. That's the designated shelter. I know that basement. I brought Iris here once when she was 16. Take your daughter to work day. We toured the academy. She loved it. Decided that day she wanted to follow my path. Strategic defense. Aerospace engineering. Making the world safer. The basement shelter at Arnold Hall. Protection factor 8. That's inadequate. That's not enough. Not for 800 kilotons at 12.4 miles. Survival probability with protection factor 8 at that distance. 15 to 25%. Depending on specific positioning. Depending on whether she's near structural support. Whether she stays away from windows. Whether the shelter protocols were followed properly. I know these numbers. I've calculated them 1,000 times. For cities. For populations. For strategic targets. Never for my daughter. 16 minutes remaining. The command center. I need to describe where I am. Someone should know. Cheyenne Mountain is a hardened facility. Built into granite. 2,000 feet of mountain above us. Blast doors 25 tons each. 3 of them between us and the outside. Designed to survive a direct nuclear strike. We should survive. The facility should hold. Should. But I can't leave. The blast doors sealed automatically when we went to crisis level alpha. Protocol. Nobody in. Nobody out. All essential personnel maintain stations. I'm locked inside this command center. The security locker room where personal phones are stored. 40 feet away. Through blast-proof glass. I can see it. 40 feet might as well be 40 miles. My phone is in there. In the pile. Everyone's phones. We're required to lock them up during shift. Security protocol. No personal devices in the command center. Lieutenant Reeves is here with me. Junior watch officer. 26 years old. Second year at NORAD. Good kid. Competent. Follows protocols exactly. He's monitoring Allied communication feeds. His job is to relay information I need while I coordinate the larger picture. Captain DeWitt. Senior communications officer. She's managing the network connections. Making sure our updates reach strategic command, reach Allied facilities, reach whoever's left to receive them. Staff Sergeant Yun. Technical systems specialist. Keeping our equipment running. Making sure we maintain connection as long as possible. 4 of us. In this command center. Watching the world end on radar screens. I'm updating strategic command now. Secure channel. Authentication required. Strategic command. This is NORAD Senior Watch. Authentication code Delta 79er Bravo. Spatic confirms comprehensive first strike. 1,400 inbound objects. Saturation attack pattern. Primary targets include all major metropolitan areas and strategic installations. Impact timeline 1,830 hours for Colorado Springs target group. Request confirmation of response authorization. Waiting for response. 5 seconds. 10. Strategic command replies. NORAD Senior Watch. Strategic command acknowledges. Response authorization confirmed. President authenticated launch codes at 1,809 hours. Full retaliation authorized. Birds away. Acknowledge. Birds away. That means our missiles launched. Full retaliation. Russia launched at us. We launched at them. Mutual assured destruction. The acronym we trained on. MAD. It was always theoretical. Abstract. A deterrent that would never be used because using it was insane. Except now it's been used. Strategic command. NORAD Senior Watch acknowledges. Birds away. Continuing coordination. NORAD out. Professional. Calm. That's my voice. That's the tone I'm using. 28 years training. It's automatic now. The professional mask. The controlled voice. Inside I'm screaming. 15 minutes remaining. I need to try something. Anything. There has to be a way to reach Iris. To warn her. To tell her. 2. Option 1. Automated warning to the Academy. I can route a priority alert through emergency management channels. I'm pulling up the system now. Emergency alert system access. I have authorization codes. I'm typing. Air Force Academy, Colorado Springs. Priority alert. Take shelter immediately. Deep basement. Stay away from windows. Send. System response. Quote, alert queue saturated. Current wait time for non-critical alerts, 45 minutes. End quote. 45 minutes. Impact is in 15. I'm flagging it priority critical. Senior Watch Officer authorization. Override code Delta 79er. System response. Quote, priority critical status requires strategic command approval. Request denied. All facilities in Colorado Springs region have received standard nuclear alert per emergency broadcast system activation at 1809 hours. No additional warnings authorized without strategic command coordination. End quote. The Academy already got the alert. Everyone did. The emergency broadcast system. Standard warning. Take shelter. Stay inside. Wait for further instructions. Iris knows. She has to know. She heard the alert. She's sheltering. She's smart. Top 10% of her class. Aerospace engineering. She understands threat assessment. She knows what to do. Except the standard alert doesn't tell her that 12.4 miles is too close. Doesn't tell her that protection factor 8 is inadequate. Doesn't tell her that her survival probability is 15 to 25%. I could tell her that. If I could reach her. If I could. 14 minutes. Option 2. Lieutenant Reeves. He's right here. 10 feet away. Monitoring communication feeds. Lieutenant Reeves. He looks up. Professional. Attentive. Waiting for orders. Lieutenant, I need. Can you access the personal phone locker? I need you to make a call. To my daughter. At the academy. Tell her to shelter in the deepest basement level. Stay away from any exterior walls. Stay away from windows. Can you do that? Reeves looks at the blast door leading to the locker room. Sealed. Heavy steel. Red light above it indicates crisis lockdown. Sir, I don't have authorization to override blast door protocols. Only Senior Watch Officer has those codes during crisis status. That's you, sir. That's me. Only I can open that door. Only I have the override codes. But opening the door requires leaving my station. Requires abandoning coordination for. How long? 3 minutes? 4? To cross 40 feet. Retrieve my phone. Make a call. 3 minutes of coordination failure. What does that cost? I'm pulling up the casualty projection models. Proper NORAD coordination versus degraded coordination. The algorithm calculates estimated additional casualties from communication delays, from shelter guidance failures, from allied network desynchronization. Additional deaths from 3-minute coordination gap. Estimated range, 1,000 to 3,000 casualties. 1,000 to 3,000 people die if I leave my post for 3 minutes. Iris's survival probability if I call her. Still 15 to 25%. Nothing I say changes her shelter. Changes the distance. Changes the physics. The math is clear. Stay at post. Coordinate. Save thousands. Accept 15 to 25% survival probability for Iris. Except she's not a percentage. She's not a number in a casualty model. She's my daughter. She's Iris. She's 23 years old. She wants to design sustainable aerospace systems. She runs every morning at 05:30. She drinks coffee with too much sugar. She quotes Carl Sagan. The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. She's my daughter, and I taught her duty first, and now I'm choosing duty, and she's going to die thinking I chose correctly. 13 minutes. Option 3. Helicopter evacuation. We have assets. National Guard. Peterson Air Force Base. Adjacent to the academy. Maybe 6 miles away. I have authority to commandeer emergency assets. Senior Watch Officer. Crisis Alpha Authorization. I'm calling Peterson Operations. Secure line. Peterson Operations. This is NORAD Senior Watch. Authentication Delta 79er. Emergency extraction request. I need immediate helicopter deployment to Air Force Academy. Coordinates. Peterson Ops interrupts. Sir. Sir, the helicopter departed 14 minutes ago. COG priority evacuation. Authorization from Strategic Command. COG. Continuity of government. Priority evacuation. The emergency protocol for evacuating essential leadership. Peterson Ops, evacuating who? What's the destination? Long pause. Sir, General Ashford's family. Wife and 2 children. Destination Mount Weather. They're airborne now, sir. General Ashford. Commander of Space Operations Command. Senior leadership. His family got advance evacuation. Priority helicopter. The only helicopter in the region. They're safe. His family is safe. Iris is at graduation rehearsal. Peterson Ops. Are there any other aircraft available? Any emergency assets? Negative, sir. That was our only rotary wing aircraft. Fixed-wing assets are grounded per crisis protocol. Airspace is closed. I'm sorry, sir. The line goes quiet. I'm sitting here, looking at the radar screen. 1,400 inbound objects. General Ashford's family is safe. My daughter is 12.4 miles from ground zero. 12 minutes. I need to understand something. I need to access the evacuation logs, the COG protocols, priority evacuation lists. Who knew what and when? I'm pulling up classified files. Senior Watch Officer access. Crisis Alpha clearance. Everything's available now. No restrictions during active nuclear crisis. Continuity of government alert status. I'm reading the timeline. October 23rd. 72 hours ago. COG alert level increased to amber. Quote, senior federal officials advised to review evacuation protocols. State officials notified. Timeline 48 to 72 hours probable for scenario escalation. Maintain operational security. Public notification contraindicated. End quote. 72 hours ago. They knew. Federal government knew. They told senior officials. They told General Ashford. They told the governor. I'm scrolling down. Distribution list. Who received this alert? NORAD Commander. Yes. Strategic Command. Yes. Space Operations Command. Yes. General Ashford. Yes. Senior Watch Officers. No. Not listed. We weren't told. I'm reading further. There's an attachment. Operational Guidance Memo. Quote, emergency coordinators and essential watch personnel will maintain normal duty posture during escalation period. Personal notification contraindicated. High probability of position abandonment if personnel are forewarned of family risk. Essential personnel effectiveness requires operational focus. Personal circumstances must remain secondary to mission requirements. Acceptable loss calculations attached. End quote. Acceptable loss calculations. I'm opening the attachment. It's a spreadsheet. Names. Positions. Family status. Risk assessment. I'm scrolling. Looking for my name. There. Lattimore Vincent. Colonel. Senior Watch Officer, NORAD. Family, 1 dependent. Daughter, age 23, Air Force Academy cadet. Location analysis. Dependent located 12.4 miles from primary target. Survival probability with standard shelter, 15 to 25%. Assessment. Quote, Lattimore will maintain post if unaware of specific family risk. High dedication. Strong professional ethic. 28-year career. Ignorance essential to maintain operational effectiveness during crisis. Notification contraindicated. End quote. They calculated it. They knew Iris would be in danger. They knew I would stay at my post if I didn't know. They needed my competence. They needed me here. Coordinating. Effective. Professional. So they made sure I didn't know. They used my dedication against me. They used my sense of duty. They used everything I taught my daughter. Duty first. They used that. General Ashford knew. 72 hours advance warning. Time to evacuate his family. Time to prepare. Time to save the people he loves. I got 4 minutes warning. Just enough time to watch them die. 11 minutes remaining. I'm standing up. I don't care about the protocols anymore. I don't care about the acceptable loss calculations. I'm going to that locker room. I'm getting my phone. I'm calling my daughter. 3 steps toward the blast door. Alarm. Red lights. Automated voice. NORAD Command Center now in maximum lockdown status. All personnel maintain stations. Blast doors sealed until impact plus 72 hours or all clear signal. Lockdown cannot be overridden. The door. It was sealed before. Protocol sealed. Now it's maximum lockdown. The system detected the inbound missiles are closer. Updated impact timeline. Automated response. I'm checking the door controls. Override panel. I'm entering my authorization codes. Delta 79 or Bravo. System response. Override denied. Maximum lockdown requires strategic command authorization. Senior Watch Officer codes insufficient during final impact phase. I can't open the door. I'm locked in this command center. 40 feet from my phone. 40 feet from any chance of reaching Iris. The choice has been made for me. by protocol, by automated systems, by the same people who calculated that my ignorance was essential. 10 minutes remaining. Lieutenant Reeves is watching me. Captain DeWitt, Staff Sergeant Yun. They're all watching. Seeing their senior watch officer try to abandon his post. Seeing the professional mask crack. I'm walking back to my station. Sitting down. Looking at the radar screen. 1,400 inbound objects. Solid red. My hands are shaking. I'm clasping them together. Pressing hard. Trying to stop the shaking. Professional. I need to be professional. That's my job. That's what I'm trained for. Lieutenant Reeves. Status update on Allied coordination. Reeves responds immediately. Professional. Grateful for the return to normal protocols. Sir, NATO early warning networks synchronized. Canadian NORAD sectors updated. UK Strategic Command acknowledges threat assessment. All Allied networks are coordinated, sir. Acknowledged. Captain DeWitt, communication status. Sir, secure channels to Strategic Command are stable. Peterson Air Force Base confirms receipt of impact timeline. Local emergency management agencies are coordinating shelter guidance. Communication networks are optimal, sir. Optimal. Everything is optimal. I'm doing my job perfectly. My daughter is going to die, and I'm coordinating optimally. 9 minutes remaining. The phone. I can see it through the blast-proof glass. The security locker room. The pile of personal devices. 40 feet away. One of the screens is illuminating. Someone's phone is ringing. Glowing in the pile. The screen light. I can see it from here. Another screen lights up. Another call. Someone else trying to reach someone else. The pile is lighting up. 5 screens. 8. 12. Everyone's phones. Everyone's loved ones trying to reach them in the final minutes. My phone. I'm looking for it. Trying to see it in the pile. There. Near the top. I recognize the case. Blue protective case. Iris gave it to me last year for Christmas. Dad, you're going to drop that phone down a mountain shaft someday. At least make it visible. The screen lights up. Incoming call. Iris Lattimore. She's calling me. Right now. In the final minutes. She knows something's wrong. She heard the alert. She knows. And she's calling her father. I'm standing. Pressing against the blast-proof glass. I can see the screen. I can see her name. The phone is ringing. I can't hear it. Soundproof glass. But I can see the screen. Vibrating. Ringing. 4 rings. 5 rings. Voicemail. The screen shows voicemail notification. She's leaving a message. 10 seconds. 20. 30 seconds. Long message. The screen goes dark. Message complete. I'm pressing my hands against the glass. 40 feet. That's all. 40 feet between me and whatever my daughter just said. Her final words. Her last message. I will never hear it. The facility is targeted. Direct hit. 800 kilotons. This command center will survive. We're designed to survive. But the locker room. Non-hardened space. The phones will be destroyed. Vaporized. Whatever Iris said to me in that message. Whatever she wanted me to know. I will never know. 8 minutes remaining. The phone screen lights up again. She's calling back. Iris Lattimore. Incoming call. She's persistent. She always was persistent. Stubborn like her mother. Brilliant like me, I guess. She got that from me. The analytical mind. The determination. The sense of duty. I taught her duty first. I taught her that lesson every day of her life. Through my example. Through my choices. Through 28 years of putting the mission before everything else. She learned it. She internalized it. This morning she said, I understand. Duty first. She understood. She accepted it. She forgave me for missing her commissioning. And now she's going to die thinking that lesson was correct. Thinking duty should come first. Thinking I was right to teach her that. I was wrong. I was wrong and she's calling me, and I can't tell her I was wrong. I'm picking up the command center phone. Not to call her. I can't. The system doesn't connect to personal lines. But I need to speak. I need to say this out loud. For the recording. For the official log. This is Colonel Vincent Lattimore. NORAD Senior Watch Officer. Official log entry. Time stamp 1822 hours. I am watching my daughter call me. I can see her name on my personal phone screen through security glass. I cannot answer. Crisis protocol has sealed the blast doors. Maximum lockdown. I am physically unable to reach the phone. Lieutenant Iris Lattimore. 23 years old. Air Force Academy, Colorado Springs, 12.4 miles from primary impact point. Survival probability with available shelter, 15 to 25%. Her last words to me this morning were, "I understand. Duty first." She learned that from me. I taught her that. I taught my daughter that duty comes before everything. Before family. Before life. Before love. I was wrong. I was wrong, and she's dying believing I was right. The phone is still ringing. 5th call now. She's not giving up. She never gives up. When she was 16, she failed her first aerospace engineering exam. She studied for 3 months. Retook the course. Got the highest score in the class. She doesn't quit. She doesn't accept failure. She's calling me 5 times because she doesn't quit. Because she believes. Because she trusts. Because I'm her father and she needs me and she believes I'll answer. And I can't. I'm here. 40 feet away. I can see her name on the screen. I can't answer. The professional coordination I'm providing right now. The optimal communication networks. The allied synchronization. The casualty reduction through proper shelter guidance. All of it. All of this coordination. It's saving lives. Thousands of lives. Maybe 3,000. Maybe 5,000. The models estimate somewhere in that range. 3,000 lives versus 1. The math is clear. The utilitarian ethics are clear. Greatest good for greatest number. I know the philosophy. I know the calculations. Iris is not a number. She's not 1 versus 3,000. She's my daughter. She's the girl who asked me when she was 16, "Dad, if these showed real missiles, would you be scared?" And I said, terrified, "But I'd do my job anyway." That's what courage is. Being scared and doing it anyway. I was teaching her courage. I thought I was teaching her courage. I was teaching her to sacrifice herself for duty. 7 minutes remaining. Captain DeWitt is speaking. Sir, we have incoming communication from Peterson Air Force Base. Emergency management. I'm wiping my eyes. When did I start crying? Professional. I need to be professional. Put it through, Captain. The speaker activates. Male voice. Strained. NORAD Senior Watch, this is Peterson Emergency Management. We're coordinating academy evacuation. Attempting to route cadets to deeper shelter locations. Civil engineering building has basement level with protection factor 30. We're trying to coordinate movement, but... Sir, we have 4,000 cadets. Moving them in 6 minutes. The timeline. We can't. Protection factor 30. That's adequate. That's survivable. If Iris gets to the civil engineering building, if she moves now, if she understands the danger. Peterson Emergency Management, this is NORAD Senior Watch. Prioritize immediate evacuation to civil engineering basement. Authorize any transportation assets. Commandeer vehicles if necessary. Use academy security to enforce movement. Do it now. Acknowledged, sir. Implementing now. Maybe she'll get there. Maybe someone will tell her. Maybe she'll understand. Maybe she'll move. Maybe. My phone screen lights up again. 6th call. Iris Lattimore. She's still in Arnold Hall. If she was moving, she wouldn't be calling. She'd be running. She's calling because she's scared. She's calling because she needs her father. She's calling because I taught her that I would always be there when she needed me. I'm here. 40 feet away. I can see her name. I can't answer. 6 minutes remaining. Lieutenant Reeves speaks quietly. Sir, if you want to, I can coordinate. I can maintain the network. If you want to try the door again, I can. He's offering. He's giving me permission to abandon post. He's 26 years old. 2nd year at NORAD. He's not qualified to coordinate allied networks during active nuclear crisis. He knows it. I know it. But he's offering anyway because he sees what this is doing to me. Lieutenant, can you coordinate NATO early warning networks? Can you interface with strategic command authentication protocols? Can you manage cascade failures in communication networks? He hesitates. No, sir. I'm not trained for senior watch officer functions. Then I stay here. That's the answer. I stay here. The words sound hollow. Professional reasoning hiding personal torture. My phone lights up. 7th call. Reeves looks at the screen. Looks at me. Sir, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Maintain your station, Lieutenant. Professional. Cold. That's my voice. Inside I'm shattering. 5 minutes remaining. I need to document something. For the record. For whoever reviews this log. If anyone ever reviews this log, official log entry, timestamp 1825 hours. Senior Watch Officer notes, at 1808 hours, for minutes after initial detection, I accessed classified COG evacuation protocols. I discovered that senior federal officials received 72 hours advance warning of probable nuclear escalation. They evacuated their families using priority assets. I discovered that essential watch personnel, including myself, were deliberately not informed. Quote from Operational Guidance Memo, essential personnel effectiveness requires operational focus. Personal circumstances must remain secondary. Ignorance essential to maintain operational effectiveness. End quote. I was kept ignorant, so I would stay at my post. My daughter's risk was calculated and deemed acceptable. Her survival probability was quantified, 15 to 25%. That was acceptable to ensure I would coordinate effectively. General Ashford evacuated his family 72 hours early. I got 4 minutes warning. They used my dedication. They weaponized my sense of duty. They calculated that I would sacrifice my daughter if I didn't know I was sacrificing her. They were right. I'm here. Coordinating. Professional. Effective. Optimal. My daughter is calling me for the 7th time, and I'm maintaining optimal communication networks. The system worked exactly as designed. For minutes remaining. The radar screen. I'm watching the inbound trajectories. The tracks are resolving now. Individual missiles visible. Not just red mass. Individual tracks. 1,400 of them. Colorado Springs target group. 7 missiles. 3 for Peterson Air Force Base. 2 for Cheyenne Mountain. 2 for backup strikes. The lead missile. Impact point. I'm reading the exact coordinates. Cheyenne Mountain Complex. Direct hit. This facility. We're at ground zero. With a target. 800 kilotons. Ground burst configuration. Designed to destroy hardened facilities. Designed to penetrate mountain granite. Designed to kill us. But we'll probably survive. The mountain will absorb the blast. The facility is rated for direct hit survival. We're designed for this. 2,000 feet of granite above us. Blast doors. Filtered air. Independent power. We'll survive. Iris is 12.4 miles away in a building with protection factor 8. Or maybe protection factor 30 if she moved. If anyone told her to move. If she understood. I'll survive. I'll be alive. In this bunker. For 72 hours minimum before the doors can open. Before we can assess external conditions. Before we can go outside. 72 hours before I find out if my daughter is alive. 3 days of not knowing. 3 days of surviving while she might be dying. 3 days of listening to my own breathing while she might not be breathing. That's my future. If I survive, uncertainty for 3 days. Then maybe certainty. Maybe finding out. Maybe never finding out. The phone screen lights up. 8th call. She's not giving up. She's calling every 30 seconds now. Over and over. Desperate. Scared. Needing her father. And I'm 40 feet away doing my job professionally. 3 minutes remaining. I need to say something. I need to speak to her. Even though she can't hear. Even though this is only for the recording. I need to say it. Iris. Baby. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I can't answer. I'm so sorry I taught you duty first. I'm sorry I missed your childhood because of deployments. I'm sorry I missed your high school graduation because of training exercises. I'm sorry I'm missing your commissioning. I'm sorry I can't be there. I'm sorry I can't protect you. I'm sorry Euro. My voice breaks. Can't continue. Can't breathe. Can't function. Lieutenant Reeves has tears on his face. Captain DeWitt is staring at her console. Staff Sergeant Yun has his head down. They're listening to me shatter. Professional mask is gone. Destroyed. Nothing left but father watching daughter die and unable to stop it. 2 minutes remaining. The phone. Still lit up. Still showing Iris's name. She's still calling. She hasn't given up. I want to tell her I'm proud. I want to tell her she was right to study engineering. Right to follow her dreams. Right to join the Air Force. Right to want to make the world safer. I want to tell her I'm sorry the world she wanted to make safer is ending. I want to tell her duty isn't first. She is. She always was. Everything I did was for her. Every deployment. Every training exercise. Every missed birthday. I was trying to make a safer world for her. And I failed. The world is ending and I'm locked in a bunker 40 feet from my phone, and she's calling me and I can't answer, and I taught her this was correct. I taught her this was courage. I want to tell her I was wrong. I want to tell her courage is answering the phone. Courage is choosing the person you love over the mission. Courage is accepting that duty shouldn't always come first. I can't tell her. She's dying believing the wrong lesson. 1 minute remaining. The radar screen shows impact trajectory update. Colorado Springs target group. Inbound. 60 seconds to impact. 55. 50. The phone is ringing again. 9th call. She's calling right up to the end. Until the last possible second. Because she doesn't give up. Because she trusts me. Because she believes. I'm watching her name on the screen. Iris Lattimore. Incoming call. 45 seconds. I want to pick up that phone. I want to break through that glass. I want to tear through that door. I want to run 12.4 miles. I want to shield her with my body. I want to protect her. I want to be her father instead of a senior watch officer. 40 seconds. But I'm here. Locked in place. Watching. Helpless. This is what duty costs. This is what I bought with 28 years of service. This is what duty first means. This is what I taught my daughter. 35 seconds. The command center lights are dimming. Emergency power protocol. Preparing for impact shock. Protecting critical systems. 30 seconds. The phone screen. I can still see it. Glowing in the darkened locker room. Iris Lattimore. Still calling. I'm speaking into the official log recorder. Last entry. Last words. This is Colonel Vincent Lattimore, NORAD Senior Watch Officer. 28 years of service. I did my duty. I coordinated allied networks. I maintained optimal communication protocols. I saved thousands of lives through proper coordination. My daughter is 12.4 miles from ground zero. She called me 9 times. I never answered. I taught her duty first. She believed me. She's dying believing I was right. I was wrong. Iris, if you can hear this somehow, if you survive, if anyone plays this for you, I was wrong. You were always first. You were always. 25 seconds. The screen. Satellite feed. I'm switching to it. External camera view. Thermal imaging. I can see the sky above Colorado Springs. 20 seconds. The inbound missile is visible on thermal. Bright signature. Descending. Terminal phase. 800 kilotons. Ground burst. Designed to destroy this mountain. Designed to kill me. Designed to vaporize everything within 12.4 miles. 15 seconds. My phone is still lit up. Still showing Iris's name. She's still calling. Right up to the last second. She hasn't given up. She trusts me. She believes I'll answer. I can't answer. I can't tell her I love her. I can't tell her I'm proud. I can't tell her I was wrong about duty. I can't tell her goodbye. 10 seconds. The thermal feed shows the missile. Descending. Perfect trajectory. Exactly on target. This facility. This mountain. Us. I'm watching my daughter's name on a phone screen. That's the last thing I want to see. Not the missile. Not the radar. Not the professional displays. Just her name. Iris Lattimore. 5 seconds. She's still calling. 4. Lieutenant Reeves is bracing. Captain DeWitt has her head down. Staff Sergeant Yun is gripping his console. 3. I'm watching the phone screen. Her name glowing. The call still active. She's there. On the other end. Waiting for me to answer. Believing I will. 2. Iris, baby, I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so proud of you. You were always first. Always. I was wrong about duty. I was. 1. Impact. The satellite feed shows the flash. Brilliant white. Thermal bloom. 800 kilotons. Ground zero. Direct hit on Cheyenne Mountain. The facility shakes. Violent. The mountain is moving. Granite absorbing energy. Thousands of tons of rock taking the blast. Designed for this. Rated for survival. Should hold. Should. The lights go out. Emergency power cuts. Backup generators activating. 3 seconds in darkness. Then red emergency lighting. The shaking continues. Massive rumbling. The sound of the mountain taking a nuclear weapon. The sound of granite fracturing. The sound of blast doors holding. The sound of survival. 10 seconds of shaking. 15. 20. Then it stops. Silence. Red emergency lighting. Command center systems rebooting. Screens flickering back online. Backup power stable. Air filtration systems activating. Pressure seals holding. We survived. The facility held. The mountain absorbed the blast. We're alive. Status indicators on my console. Green lights appearing. Structural integrity, 97%. Blast doors, sealed and functional. Life support, optimal. Communications, degraded but functional. We survived. Lieutenant Reeves is checking his console. Sir, structural integrity is holding. We made it. We actually made it. Captain DeWitt, communication networks are partially functional. External antenna arrays are destroyed. We have hardline connections to Strategic Command through buried cables. We can still coordinate, sir. Staff Sergeant Yun, power systems nominal. Life support nominal. All critical systems functional, sir. They're looking at me, waiting for orders. Waiting for the senior watch officer to coordinate the next phase. Post-impact assessment, damage evaluation, communication with surviving facilities. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do now. I'm looking at the blast-proof glass, the security locker room, 40 feet away. The phones. I can see them. The pile. Scattered now. The blast shock must have knocked them around. But they're there. Visible through the glass. My phone. The blue case. I can see it. Near the bottom of the pile now. The screen is dark. No more incoming call. No more glowing. Dark. The call ended. Impact. EMP effects. Electrical surge. System failure. The phone is dead. Or Iris stopped calling. Or Iris is. I don't know. I survived. I'm here. In this command center. Unharmed. Protected by 2,000 feet of granite. Protected by blast doors and filtered air and redundant systems. I did my job. I coordinated properly. I maintained optimal effectiveness. Iris was 12.4 miles from that blast. Protection factor 8 shelter. Or maybe protection factor 30 if she moved. If someone told her to move. If she understood the danger. If she ran. 15 to 25% survival probability with protection factor 8. 40 to 60% with protection factor 30. Somewhere between 15 and 60%. Maybe. Depending on variables I don't know. Can't know. Won't know for 72 hours minimum. 3 days. Locked in this bunker. Before the doors can open. Before external radiation levels drop enough for emergence. Before I can find out. 3 days of not knowing if my daughter is alive or dead. That's the cost. That's what duty bought me. Not her death. Not certainty. Uncertainty. Permanent not knowing. Maybe for 3 days. Maybe forever. I'm standing up. Walking to the blast door. The one leading to the security locker room. The one that's sealed during maximum lockdown. The control panel. Red light. Sealed. I'm entering override codes. Delta 79er Bravo. System response. Blast door remains sealed per post-impact protocol. External radiation levels critical. Door opening forbidden until impact plus 72 hours or radiation levels drop below 50 Roentgen per hour. Override requires Strategic Command authorization. 72 hours. 3 days. I can't open this door for 3 days. I'm pressing my hand against the steel. Cold. Thick. 25 tons of engineered metal between me and that phone. Between me and whatever message Iris left. Between me and any chance of knowing. Lieutenant Reeves speaks quietly behind me. Sir, Strategic Command is requesting status update. They need coordination on surviving facilities. Allied networks need synchronization. Sir, he's asking me to do my job. Asking the senior watch officer to coordinate. That's what I'm here for. That's what I survived for. I'm walking back to my console. Sitting down. Looking at the communication panel. Professional. I need to be professional. That's all I have left. Lieutenant Reeves compiled damage assessment for all NORAD sectors. Captain DeWitt established communication with surviving Allied facilities. Staff Sergeant Yun verify all backup systems are stable. I'll coordinate with Strategic Command. They move immediately. Grateful for orders. Grateful to return to protocol. Grateful to focus on something other than what just happened. I'm activating the secure channel to Strategic Command. The one that survived. Buried cable. Hardened connection. Designed to survive nuclear war. Unlike my daughter's phone. Unlike my ability to reach her. Unlike anything that matters. Strategic Command, this is NORAD Senior Watch, Authentication Delta 79er, Post-Impact Status Report. Cheyenne Mountain Complex sustained direct hit, 800 kiloton ground burst. Facility structural integrity 97%. Life support systems nominal. Command center operational. Communications degraded but functional. Personnel status, for survivors in main command center, all uninjured. Continuing coordination per protocols. Strategic command responds. Professional. Cold. NORAD senior watch, strategic command acknowledges. Excellent survival. Proceed with allied coordination. Additional targets continue to impact. We require updated damage assessment for North American sector. Prioritize communication network restoration. Excellent survival. That's what they said. Excellent. Professional compliment. Like I passed a training exercise. Like I succeeded. I survived. Iris is 12.4 miles away. Unknown status. Unknown fate. Unknown everything. Excellent survival. I'm continuing to work. Coordinating. Updating. Assessing. Professional. Efficient. Optimal. Hours pass. The radar screens show ongoing impacts. 1,400 inbound objects. They're hitting everything. East Coast. West Coast. Midwest. Every major city. Every strategic installation. Every target they plan to destroy. Washington, D.C., New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle, Houston, Dallas, Philadelphia, Phoenix, San Antonio. All of them. Gone. Millions dead. Tens of millions. The numbers scroll across my screen. Casualty projections. Accurate within 10%. I'm documenting it all. Recording. Calculating. Reporting to strategic command. That's my job. That's what senior watch officers do during nuclear war. We count the dead professionally. 6 hours post-impact. Lieutenant Reeves brings me coffee. Instant. Tastes like chemicals. I drink it anyway. Need to stay alert. Need to maintain function. Sir, you should rest. I can maintain coordination for a few hours. You've been at this for. Sir, you need rest. I haven't slept in 34 hours. Shift started yesterday morning. Then the alert. Then the countdown. Then the impact. Then 6 hours of post-impact coordination. I'm not tired. I'm numb. There's a difference. I'm fine, lieutenant. Continue monitoring communication feeds. He doesn't argue. Returns to his station. Professional. Following orders. Captain DeWitt updates me on Allied coordination. NATO is fractured. Most European facilities are destroyed or non-responsive. UK Strategic Command survived. They're coordinating what's left. Australia and New Zealand survived. Southern Hemisphere is mostly intact. They're preparing for nuclear winter. Preparing for the long aftermath. Staff Sergeant Yun reports that external radiation levels are declining slower than projected. The ground burst created more fallout than anticipated. Contamination spread is extensive. Colorado Springs is measuring over 1,500 Roentgen per hour. Lethal in minutes. Unsurvivable. Iris was 12.4 miles from that. Fallout would reach the academy within 30 minutes. Hot particles. Radioactive dust. Gamma radiation. If she survived the blast. If she made it to shelter. The fallout would kill her anyway unless the shelter was properly sealed. Unless the protection factor was sufficient. Unless. I don't know. 12 hours post-impact. Strategic Command orders me to rest. Mandatory rest cycle. Relief Watch Officer will take over for 6 hours. I'm required to sleep. To maintain long-term effectiveness. To preserve essential personnel. I'm walking to the crew quarters. Small room. Bunk bed. Thin mattress. Privacy curtain. The facility has 32 crew quarters. Designed for prolonged siege. Designed for surviving nuclear war for months, if necessary. I'm lying down. Staring at the ceiling. 18 inches above my face. Gray metal. Rivets. Ventilation grill. I'm counting the rivets. Trying not to think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Iris's voice in my memory. Dad, can you get duty relief for my commissioning tomorrow? 5, 6, 7, 8. I understand. Duty first. 9, 10, 11. I taught her that. I taught her the lesson that killed her. If she's dead. If she's. I don't know. I can't sleep. Can't stop thinking. Can't stop calculating survival probabilities. 15 to 25% with protection factor 8. 40 to 60% with protection factor 30. Fallout exposure lethal within 30 minutes outside shelter. Sealed shelter required for 72 hours minimum. Does the academy basement seal properly? Are the air filters functional? Do they have sufficient supplies? Do they have medical support? Do they have leadership organizing survival? Do they have Iris? I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm locked in this mountain with perfect information about missile trajectories and casualty projections and strategic damage assessment. I know how many millions died. I know which cities were destroyed. I know the exact yield of every warhead. I don't know if my daughter is alive. 24 hours post-impact. I'm back at my console. Relief Watch officer briefs me. Nothing changed. Continued impacts globally. Mutual assured destruction proceeding exactly as predicted. Russian cities destroyed. American cities destroyed. Chinese cities destroyed. European cities destroyed. Everyone killing everyone. The deterrent failed. MAD wasn't mad enough. We did it anyway. Strategic Command is coordinating what's left. Continuity of government facilities survived. Mount Weather, Raven Rock, several others. The important people are safe. The President survived. Vice President survived. Speaker of the House survived. Cabinet members survived. Generals survived. The leadership that ordered the retaliation, they survived. General Ashford survived. His family survived. They evacuated 72 hours early to Mount Weather. They're safe, protected, alive. Iris called me 9 times. I'm checking external radiation levels. Colorado Springs, still over 1,000 Roentgen per hour, declining slowly. 72 hours until safe emergence. That's the protocol. That's the minimum. Iris has been in whatever shelter she found for 24 hours. If she's in shelter, if she survived, if she's unknown. 48 hours post-impact. 2 days. Routine is establishing. Lieutenant Reeves and I alternate 12-hour shifts. Captain DeWitt manages communication networks continuously. Staff Sergeant Yin maintains systems. We eat. We work. We sleep in shifts. We survive. We don't talk about it. About what happened before impact. About the phone calls. About the locked door. About the choices. Professional courtesy. We pretend it didn't happen. We focus on the mission. But I see how they look at me. Pity. Sympathy. They know. They listened to me shatter. They watched me break. They heard what I said. Iris baby, I'm so sorry. They don't mention it. Professional silence. External radiation levels are dropping. 800 Roentgen per hour. Still lethal. Still unsurvivable. Still declining too slowly. Strategic Command reports that surviving facilities are beginning emergence operations. Some military installations. Some government bunkers. Limited personnel. Assessing damage. Confirming casualties. I request permission to open Cheyenne Mountain blast doors early. To assess local conditions. To determine Colorado Springs status. Permission denied. NORAD Senior Watch. External radiation remains above safe emergence threshold. Maintain shelter until 72-hour mark. This is direct order. 60 hours post-impact. 2.5 days. The security locker room blast door. I'm standing in front of it again. The phones are still visible through the glass. Scattered pile. My phone somewhere in there. Blue case. Dark screen. Dead battery. Or dead communication networks. Or dead owner on the other end. The voicemail. Whatever Iris said. Whatever her final words were. It's on that phone. If the phone survived. If the EMP didn't corrupt the memory. If the battery didn't die completely. If. I need to hear it. I need to know what she said. I need to know if she was scared. If she was angry. If she forgave me. If she understood. If she said goodbye. If she said she loved me. If she cursed me. If she. Anything. I need to know. The control panel. Still red. Still sealed. I'm entering override codes again. Knowing they won't work. Trying anyway. Blast door remains sealed per post-impact protocol. 12 hours remaining until authorized opening. 12 hours. Half a day. Then I can retrieve the phone. Then I can check the voicemail. Then I can know what my daughter's final words were. If the phone works. If the message survived. If. Always if. 72 hours post-impact. 3 days exactly. The blast door authorization changes. Yellow light. Conditional opening allowed. External radiation below 50 Roentgen per hour. Still dangerous. Still hazardous. But survivable with proper protection for limited duration. I'm entering override codes. Delta 7 Niner Bravo. Authorization accepted. The door is unsealing. Heavy locks disengaging. 25 tons of steel moving slowly. Mechanical grinding. Hydraulic hiss. The door opens. The security locker room. I'm walking in. The air smells wrong. Metallic. Ozone. Electrical damage. The blast shock affected this space. Non-critical area. Not hardened like the command center. Ceiling tiles cracked. Light fixtures dangling. But intact. Survivable. The phones. The pile. Scattered across the floor now. Dozens of devices. Everyone's personal property. Everyone's final connections to the people they loved. I'm searching. Moving phones aside. Looking for blue case. Looking for Iris's gift. Looking for any chance of knowing. There. Under 6 other devices. Blue protective case. My phone. I'm picking it up. The screen is cracked. Spiderweb fracture across the display. The case did its job. Protected the phone. At least make it visible. I'm pressing the power button. Nothing. Dead battery. 3 days without power. I need a charger. Need to power it on. Need to access the voicemail. Staff Sergeant Yun. Technical specialist. He has equipment. He can help. Sergeant Yun. I need portable power supply. Phone charging capability. Immediately. He doesn't ask why. Doesn't need to. He saw what happened. He knows. Yes, sir. One moment, sir. He returns with a portable battery pack. USB cable. Military grade. Designed to survive. Designed to function. I'm connecting my phone. Portable power. The screen flickers. Battery charging indicator appears. The device is booting. The screen is cracked but functional. The system is loading. 30 seconds. 45. 1 minute. The phone completes boot sequence. Home screen appears. Cracked. Fragmented. But visible. Notification indicators. Missed calls. Voicemail. Text messages. Everything from the final minutes. Everything I couldn't answer. 9 missed calls. All from Iris Lattimore. Time stamps. 1814 through 1829. 15 minutes. She called me 9 times in 15 minutes. Up until 1 minute before impact. 1 voicemail. Iris Lattimore. Time stamp 1816. Duration 2 minutes 14 seconds. 2 minutes. She spoke for 2 minutes. Whatever she needed to say. Whatever she wanted me to know. It's here. Preserved. Waiting. I'm opening voicemail. The system is loading. Slight delay. Damaged networks. Degraded connectivity. But functioning. The message is accessible. I'm pressing play. I need to be alone for this. I'm walking to crew quarters. Closing the privacy curtain. Sitting on the bunk. Holding the phone. The cracked screen. The blue case. The device that holds my daughter's final words. I'm pressing play. Static. Audio interference. Then her voice. Dad. Dad, it's me. The alert came through. Nuclear warning. They're saying take shelter. They're saying missiles inbound. Dad, I'm scared. I'm so scared and I called you. I keep calling you. You're not answering. I know why. You're at work. You're at the command center. You're doing your job. Coordinating. Responding. That's what you do. That's what you taught me. Duty first. I'm in Arnold Hall basement. With about 200 other cadets. They're saying shelter in place. Stay away from windows. Wait for further instructions. The instructors are trying to maintain order. But everyone's scared. Everyone's calling their families. Trying to reach parents. Trying to say goodbye. I'm calling you because I wanted to hear your voice. Wanted you to tell me it's going to be okay. Wanted you to be my dad. Not the senior watch officer. Not Colonel Lattimore. Just Dad. But you're not answering. I understand. I do. You're working. You're saving people. You're doing what you've trained your whole life to do. You're being professional. You're being brave. You're doing your duty. I'm proud of you, Dad. I want you to know that. I'm proud that you're the kind of person who stays at his post. Who does his job even when it's hard. Even when you probably want to call me back. Even when you probably want to check if I'm okay. You stay focused. You maintain your duty. That's who you are. That's what you taught me to be. I wish you could be at my commissioning tomorrow. I know that won't happen now. I know. Things are. I don't think tomorrow is going to happen. But I wanted you to know I understand. I understand why you couldn't get duty relief. I understand why your job comes first. I understand because you taught me. You taught me that sometimes the mission is more important than one person. More important than me. You were right, Dad. You were right about duty. You were right about service. You were right about sacrifice. I learned from the best. I learned from you. I'm going to stop calling now. You're busy. You need to focus. I don't want to distract you. I don't want to be the reason you make a mistake. I don't want to. I don't want to cost lives because you were worried about me. So I'm going to stop calling. I'm going to shelter properly. I'm going to follow protocols. I'm going to be brave like you taught me. I'm going to do my duty even though I'm scared. Even though I want my dad. Even though I'm going to be strong. I love you, Dad. I've always loved you. Even when you missed birthdays. Even when you were deployed. Even when work came first. I understood. I always understood. You were making the world safer. You were protecting people. You were. You were being you. I'm proud to be your daughter. I'm proud that you're the kind of father who teaches courage. Who teaches duty. Who teaches service. You taught me to be brave. So I'm going to be brave now. I love you. I'm proud of you. I understand. And I forgive you. For everything. For all the times you couldn't be there. I forgive you. Because I understand. Duty first. That's what you taught me. And you were right. I love you, Dad. Goodbye. The message ends. Static. Then silence. I'm sitting on the bunk. Holding the phone. The cracked screen. Staring at nothing. She forgave me. She said she was proud. She said she understood. She said I was right. She's wrong. I was wrong and she died believing I was right. She died proud of me. She died forgiving me. She died thinking the lesson was correct. Thinking duty should come first. Thinking sacrifice was noble. Thinking I taught her correctly. I taught her wrong. I taught her to forgive the unforgivable. I taught her to accept the unacceptable. I taught her to be proud of abandonment. I taught her that she was secondary. That the mission mattered more. That duty justified absence. She learned it. She internalized it. She became it. And her final words. Her final message. Her final breath spent reassuring me. Telling me I was right. Telling me she understood. Telling me she forgave me. I don't want her forgiveness. I want her alive. I want her here. I want to tell her she was wrong. That I was wrong. That duty isn't first. That she was always first. That every deployment, every missed birthday, every absence, it was wrong. All of it, wrong. And I can't tell her. She's 12.4 miles away. Unknown status. Unknown fate. Unknown everything. And her final words to me were forgiveness I don't deserve for sins I can't undo. That's the cost. That's what duty bought. Not just her probable death, but her dying believing I was right. Dying proud. Dying forgiving. Dying wrong about everything that mattered. I need to know. I need to find out. If she survived. If she's alive. If there's any chance she's. Anything. I'm walking back to the command center. Lieutenant Reeves looks up. Sees my face. Doesn't ask. Lieutenant, what's the current status on Colorado Springs emergence operations? He checks his console. Sir, Peterson Air Force Base has begun limited emergence. Radiation levels are declining. They're conducting damage assessment. Initial reports indicate extensive destruction, sir. The Academy. Sir, they're listing it as Code Black. Total loss. Code Black. Total loss. No survivors expected. But expected isn't confirmed. Expected isn't certain. Expected means probably, but not definitely. I need to go there. I need to assess Academy status personally. Prepare emergence equipment. Lieutenant Reeves hesitates. Sir, we don't have authorization for non-essential emergence. Strategic command orders are to maintain shelter until. I'm authorizing it. Senior Watch Officer Authority. Emergency personnel assessment. Prepare emergence equipment. That's an order, Lieutenant. He doesn't argue. Yes, sir. Preparing equipment now, sir. Captain DeWitt speaks quietly. Sir, the external radiation. Even declining, it's still hazardous. Protective equipment only provides limited duration. And the Academy is 12 miles away. Surface travel through fallout zone. Sir, the risk is. I'm aware of the risk, Captain. I'm going anyway. Maintain command center operations in my absence. If I don't return within 6 hours, assume command casualties. Coordinate with Strategic Command for replacement Senior Watch Officer. She understands. Nods. Yes, sir. Good luck, sir. Staff Sergeant Yun brings emergence equipment. Radiation suit. Full body protection. Respirator. Dosimeter. Portable radiation détecteur. Military vehicle with filtered air system. Designed for nuclear war emergence. Designed to survive fallout. I'm suiting up. The radiation suit is heavy. Awkward. But necessary. External radiation is still 40 Roentgen per hour. Accumulation over hours is lethal. The suit provides protection. Limited. Imperfect. But something. The blast doors are opening. The main entrance. Leading outside. Leading to whatever's left of the world. I'm walking through. 3 blast doors. Each one unsealing. Each one revealing the path forward. The path out. The path to finding out. The exterior door opens. Daylight. Gray daylight. Filtered through atmospheric dust. Nuclear winter beginning. The sky is wrong. Hazy. Dark. Like twilight at midday. The vehicle. Military transport. Hardened electronics. Filtered air. I'm climbing in. Starting the engine. The mountain access road. Winding down. Leading to Colorado Springs. Leading to the academy. Leading to answers. The drive takes 40 minutes. 40 minutes through devastation. The forest is gone. Burned. Charred tree trunks. Ash. The blast wave stripped everything. 800 kilotons 12 miles away does that. Removes forests. Destroys buildings. Kills everything exposed. Colorado Springs appears below. Or what's left? Rubble. Foundations. Twisted metal. The city is gone. 350,000 people lived here. Most of them are dead. Thermal radiation. Blast overpressure. Immediate casualties. The ones who survived the initial blast died from fallout. From radiation exposure. From injuries without medical care. The academy. I can see it ahead. Or the space where it was. The buildings are damaged. Not vaporized. 12 miles was far enough. But damaged. Windows blown out. Roofs collapsed. Walls cracked. Extensive destruction. Arnold Hall. I'm driving toward it. The building is partially standing. The main structure collapsed. But portions remain. The basement. Maybe it held. I'm stopping the vehicle. Climbing out. The radiation detector is screaming. 60 Roentgen per hour. Higher near rubble. Hot particles. Concentrated fallout. I have limited time. Maybe 2 hours in this environment. Maybe less. I'm walking toward Arnold Hall. The entrance is collapsed. Blocked. Concrete and steel. Impassable. I'm moving around. Looking for basement access. Looking for any opening. Looking for any chance. There. Emergency exit. Half buried. The door is visible. Bent. Damaged. But there. I'm pulling on it. Heavy. Jammed. Pulling harder. The door moves. Opens. Darkness beyond. Basement access. The shelter. I'm calling out. Hello? Is anyone there? This is Colonel Lattimore, NORAD. Is anyone alive? Silence. Just echoes. Just my voice reflecting off concrete walls. I'm climbing down. Emergency stairs. Debris covered. Careful. The basement level. The shelter space. Dark. Emergency lighting failed. Using my flashlight. Scanning the room. Bodies. Multiple. Kede. Instructors. Lying where they fell. Radiation sickness. The shelter wasn't sealed properly. Fallout got in. Contamination. They died slowly. Hours. Days. Radiation poisoning. I'm moving through. Checking. Looking for red hair. Looking for Iris. Looking for my daughter. The room is large. Multiple sections. The flashlight beam is insufficient. Shadows everywhere. I'm calling out again. Iris? Iris Lattimore? Are you here? Silence. No response. Just death. Just bodies. Just failure. I'm checking every casualty. Every cadet. Looking for identification. Looking for her face. Looking for any sign. Not her. Not her. Not her. Male. Female. Different hair color. Wrong build. Not her. Not her. The radiation detector is climbing. 80 Roentgen per hour. Hot spots. Contaminated materials. I need to leave soon. But I need to find. I need to know. Another section. More casualties. The shelter failed. Protection factor 8 wasn't enough. Fallout penetrated. Everyone who sheltered here died. Radiation exposure. Unsurvivable. Not her. Not her. Not her. I'm reaching the final section. The deepest part of the basement. Fewer casualties here. Maybe 15 people. Clustered together. Final grouping. I'm checking them. Male. Male. Female, wrong hair. Male. Female. Female. Red hair. Red hair. I'm moving closer. Shining the flashlight directly. Young woman. Red hair. Air Force Academy uniform. Cadet rank insignia. It's her. It's Iris. My daughter. She's lying against the wall. Eyes closed. Peaceful. Like sleeping. No visible injuries. No burns. No trauma. Just. Still. So still. I'm kneeling beside her. Pulling off my glove. Touching her face. Cold. So cold. She's been dead for. Since when? Hours after impact? Days? Don't know. The radiation got her. Penetrated the shelter. Contaminated the air. Radiation poisoning. She died slowly. Like everyone else here. Slowly and knowing. Knowing she was dying. Knowing it was radiation. Knowing what it meant. I'm holding her. Pulling her against me. My daughter. My Iris. Gone. Dead. Because I stayed at my post. Because I coordinated optimally. Because I chose duty. She forgave me. Her final words. I'm proud of you, Dad. You were right. Duty first. She was wrong. I was wrong. Duty killed her. Duty first killed my daughter. I'm crying. Inside the radiation suit. Inside the respirator. Tears flowing. Can't stop. Can't breathe. Can't function. Just holding her. Holding my dead daughter. The daughter I taught wrong. The daughter who died believing I was right. The dosimeter alarm is sounding. Radiation exposure accumulating. Approaching dangerous levels. I need to leave. Need to return to Cheyenne Mountain. Need to survive. Why? Why do I need to survive? For what? To coordinate more? To serve duty more? To sacrifice more? I don't want to survive. I want to stay here. With Iris. Want to die here. With my daughter. Want to stop. Stop functioning. Stop serving. Stop existing. But I can't. Professional training. Survival instinct. Automatic responses. I'm standing. Still holding her. Need to take her. Need to bring her home. Need to. I'm carrying her. Out of the basement. Up the emergency stairs. Into the gray daylight. To the vehicle. Laying her gently in the back. Covered with emergency blanket. Protected. Too late. Always too late. The drive back to Cheyenne Mountain. 40 minutes. Through devastation. Through death. Through the world I helped destroy by doing my duty properly. The command center. Lieutenant Sesme. Sees what I'm carrying. His face. Understanding. Sympathy. Horror. Sir. I'm so sorry, sir. I don't respond. Can't speak. Just carrying Iris. To crew quarters. To my bunk. Laying her down. Covering her. Sitting beside her. Holding her cold hand. This is what duty costs. This is what duty first means. This is the price. Not casualties. Not numbers on screens. Not abstract deaths. This. My daughter. Cold. Dead. Gone. I saved thousands through proper coordination. The models said so. The calculations confirmed it. Optimal effectiveness. Professional excellence. Duty fulfilled. My daughter is dead. That's the trade. That's the equation. Thousands of strangers alive. One daughter dead. Utilitarian ethics. Greatest good for greatest number. Mathematics. Logic. Duty. Wrong. All of it. Wrong. I'm sitting here. Holding her hand. In a bunker under a mountain. Surrounded by survival. By functioning systems. By optimal coordination. By professional success. Hollowed out. Destroyed. Empty. This is what victory looks like. This is what duty looks like. This is what 28 years of service costs. My daughter. My Iris. The girl who wanted to make the world safer. Dead. Because I was making the world safer. Because duty came first. Because I taught her the lesson that killed her. She forgave me. She said she was proud. She said I was right. She was wrong. I was wrong. We were both wrong. And now she's dead. And I'm alive. And I have to live with that. Forever. That's the real cost. Not her death. Living afterward. Living with the knowledge. Living with the choice. Living with duty first. Living with being right. Living with being wrong about everything that mattered. Day 7 post-impact. This is Colonel Vincent Lattimore, NORAD Senior Watch Officer, Still recording. Still documenting. Still functioning. Because that's what I'm trained to do. Function. Coordinate. Serve. Iris is buried outside the facility. In the mountain. Shallow grave. Wrapped in emergency blanket. Military funeral. Lieutenant Reeves. Captain DeWitt. Staff Sergeant Yun. They stood with me. Said words. Professional respect. Military honor. She wanted to be commissioned. Wanted to be an officer. Wanted to serve. She never got that. Never got sworn in. Never got to say the oath. Never got her future. I'm giving her commission rank posthumously. Lieutenant Iris Lattimore. United States Air Force. Effective October 26, 2025. The day she died. The day I chose duty over her. Strategic Command is requesting continued coordination. Allied networks need updating. Casualty assessments need compilation. Damage reports need synthesis. The mission continues. Nuclear winter is beginning. Food supply chains collapsed. Global agriculture failing. Billions will die. Not from bombs. From starvation. From cold. From radiation-induced cancers over decades. I'm coordinating it all. Documenting it all. Calculating it all. Professional. Effective. Optimal. Empty. I've accessed the classified files again. The COG evacuation protocols. The operational guidance memo. The acceptable loss calculations. I've read them completely now. Every page. Every notation. Every calculation that determined my daughter was expendable. There's an addendum. Written by the assessment team. Quota. Essential personnel represent critical national security assets. Their effectiveness requires isolation from personal concerns during crisis escalation. Family separation is therefore operationally necessary. Loss of dependent family members, while tragic, ensures continued functionality of essential personnel who might otherwise attempt to abandon posts. The emotional impact on surviving essential personnel is acceptable collateral damage. Grief-stricken operators remain functional for immediate crisis response. Long-term psychological damage can be addressed post-crisis through standard therapeutic interventions or personnel replacement as needed. Cost-benefit analysis. Temporary emotional trauma of essential personnel versus potential loss of operational effectiveness during crisis. Analysis concludes, accept emotional trauma, maintain operational effectiveness. End quote. They calculated my grief. They quantified it. They determined it was acceptable. They determined I would remain functional even after my daughter died. They were correct. I am functional. I am coordinating. I am serving. I am doing my duty. I am destroyed. But destruction is acceptable. The memo says so. Grief-stricken operators remain functional. I'm the proof. The validation of their analysis. The successful implementation of their strategy. They sacrificed my daughter to keep me at my post. It worked. I stayed. I coordinated. I saved thousands. I fulfilled my purpose. The system worked exactly as designed. I hate them. I hate the system. I hate the calculations. I hate the acceptable loss memoranda. I hate the people who wrote them. I hate the generals who approved them. I hate the logic that killed my daughter to preserve my functionality. I hate myself for being functional, for proving them right, for continuing to serve, for coordinating, for doing my duty even now, even after, even though. Day 14 post-impact. Lieutenant Reeves has taken over most coordination duties. I'm barely functional anymore. Sitting at my console, staring at screens, going through motions, responding when required, silent otherwise. He doesn't complain, doesn't report me, doesn't request my relief. Professional courtesy, or pity, don't know which, don't care. Captain DeWitt brought me food. I didn't eat it. She left it anyway. Said I need to maintain strength, need to survive, need to continue serving. Why? Why do I need to continue serving? What purpose does my survival serve? Who benefits from my continued functionality? The system does. The system that calculated my daughter's death was acceptable. That system benefits. Every day I continue serving validates their analysis. Proves they were correct. Demonstrates that essential personnel remain functional even after acceptable losses. I'm evidence. I'm data. I'm validation. I don't want to be. Day 21 post-impact. 3 weeks. Iris has been dead for 3 weeks. The world has been dead for 3 weeks. Nuclear winter is intensifying. Global temperatures dropping. Sunlight blocked by atmospheric particulates. Agriculture collapsing. Starvation beginning. Strategic Command estimates 90% global casualty rate within 18 months. Not from bombs, from aftermath, from starvation, from cold, from disease, from radiation, from the slow death of civilization. I'm coordinating survival assessments. Which facilities have adequate supplies? Which populations have survival probability above 10%? Which regions might sustain human life long-term? Professional analysis. Optimal coordination. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Saving 10% of humanity. Why? So they can survive to witness the extinction? So they can live through decades of radiation-induced cancers and genetic damage? So they can watch their children born deformed? Iris wanted to make the world safer. Wanted to design sustainable systems. Wanted to contribute. Wanted to matter. She's dead. The world she wanted to save is dead. Everyone she wanted to help is dead or dying. Her dream died with her. My dream of her future died with her. Everything died. I'm still functioning. Still coordinating. Still serving the system that killed her. Day 30 post-impact. 1 month. Strategic Command has ordered rotation of essential personnel. NORAD Cheyenne Mountain facility will receive relief crew. I'm being ordered to Mount Weather. Continuity of government facility. They need senior coordination officers. They need my expertise. They need me to continue serving. I declined. Submitted resignation. Colonel Vincent Latimore. 28 years of service. Resignation effective immediately. Personal reasons. Strategic Command denied my resignation. Quote, essential personnel cannot resign during active national emergency. Colonel Latimore is ordered to report to Mount Weather for continued service. Refusal constitutes dereliction of duty during wartime. Court-martial authorization attached. They won't let me stop. Won't let me quit. I'm essential. I'm needed. I'm property of the system that killed my daughter. I'm preparing transfer. Following orders. Because that's what I do. That's what I've always done. That's what I taught Iris to do. Follow orders. Serve duty. Sacrifice everything. Day 35 post-impact. Final entry. I'm at Mount Weather now. Transferred 5 days ago. The facility is impressive. Larger than Cheyenne Mountain. More personnel. More resources. More coordination requirements. More duty. General Ashford is here. His family is here. Wife. 2 children. Safe. Healthy. Unharmed. They evacuated 72 hours before the strikes. They had warning. They had time. They survived. I saw them yesterday. The general's daughter, maybe 10 years old, playing in the recreation area, laughing, drawing pictures, living, continuing, having a future. Iris is buried under a mountain in Colorado, 23 years old, dead, no future, no laughter, no anything. General Ashford approached me, offered condolences, said he heard about my loss, said he was sorry, said Iris would be proud of my service, said I did the right thing staying at my post, said duty required sacrifice, said I exemplified the best of military service. I didn't respond, couldn't respond, just stared at his living daughter, his surviving family, his acceptable choice. He knew. 72 hours advance warning. He saved his family. I got 4 minutes. I saved strangers. Both of us followed orders. Both of us served. Both of us did our duty. His daughter is alive. Mine is dead. That's the difference between acceptable and expendable. Between essential leadership and essential functionary. Between people who matter and people who serve. I matter because I serve. I don't matter as a father, as a person, as someone with a daughter. That doesn't matter. Only my functionality matters. Only my service matters. Only my willingness to sacrifice matters. I fulfilled that purpose. I sacrificed. I served. I functioned. I was optimal. My daughter is dead. I'm recording this final entry. Final documentation. Final official log. After this I'm done. No more recording. No more documenting. No more official voice. I'm going to continue serving. Not because I want to. Not because I believe in it. Not because I think it matters. But because they won't let me stop. Because I'm essential. Because the system requires my functionality. Because my grief is acceptable collateral damage. I'll coordinate. I'll analyze. I'll optimize. I'll serve. I'll do my duty. Perfectly. Professionally. Effectively. And every single day, every single moment, every single coordination I provide, I'll remember what it cost. I'll remember who I sacrificed. I'll remember the phone ringing 9 times. I'll remember the voicemail I couldn't hear in time. I'll remember her final words. "I'm proud of you, Dad. You were right." I'll remember she was wrong. I was wrong. Duty first was wrong. Everything I taught her was wrong. Everything I believed was wrong. Everything I sacrificed was wrong. I'll remember, and I'll serve, not because I believe, but because the system that killed my daughter requires my continued functionality. And I'm still functional. Barely, hollowly, emptily, but functional. That's what matters to them. That's what the acceptable loss calculations determined, that I would remain functional. They were right. I am functional and destroyed, serving and hating, coordinating and dead inside. That's the real cost of duty first. Not dying, living with the knowledge of what you sacrificed, living with the certainty that you made the wrong choice, living with the daughter who forgave you for the unforgivable, living with being right when you should have been wrong. This is Colonel Vincent Lattimore, Senior Watch Officer, 28 years of service, exemplary performance, optimal effectiveness, acceptable losses, 1 daughter, gone, because I did my duty. End recording. 67 days later, Colonel Lattimore was found deceased in his quarters at Mount Weather. Official cause of death classified. A note was discovered beside his body. It contained 3 words. "I'm sorry, Iris."